Tonight, we travel to an island in the Mediterranean Sea, an island shaped by sun, salt, olive trees, and stories. The island of Cyprus. Tonight's book is The Island of Missing Trees by Elif Shafak. It is a love story. It is a war story. It is a story told in part by a tree. Yes, a fig tree. One of the most unusual narrators in modern literature. So close your eyes if you wish. Let the day fall away from your shoulders. Let your breathing soften. Imagine you are sitting beneath an old tree, somewhere warm, somewhere safe. The leaves are whispering above. You listen. Let the story carry you somewhere quiet. Where it begins is in the year 1974. Cyprus is divided. The island is breaking in two. Greek on one side, Turkish on the other. Two young people fall in love in this divided land. Kostas, a Greek Cypriot, Defin, a Turkish Cypriot. Their love is forbidden. Their families would never accept it. Their communities are torn apart by war and grief. So they meet in secret, in a small tavern in the heart of Nicosia. The tavern is owned by two men who love each other quietly, in a time and place where their love must also stay hidden. And in the middle of this tavern, growing through a hole in the roof, is a fig tree. The fig tree watches everything. The fig tree listens. It sees Kostas and Defin fall in love. It sees them laugh. It sees them argue. It sees them dream of a future they may never have. The tavern is the only place in the divided island where Greeks and Turks still gather as friends. A small island of peace inside a wounded land. Then the war comes closer. Bombs fall. People disappear. Many are never found. The island is split forever. Kostas, fearing for his life, is sent away by his mother. He leaves Cyprus. He leaves Defin without saying goodbye. Years pass. He becomes a quiet man, a scientist who studies trees. He builds a life in London, but a part of his heart never leaves the island. Defin stays in Cyprus. She becomes part of a team of women who search the buried earth, looking for the bodies of the missing, trying to bring them home to their families. Her work is gentle and heartbreaking. She holds bones. She returns names. She never will. Decades later, by chance, by fate, they find each other again. Years pass again. Kostas and Defin have a daughter, Ada, a teenager living in London. Ada knows almost nothing of Cyprus. Her parents, carrying their grief in silence. She does not know about the war. She does not know about the families they lost. She does not know why her mother sometimes wakes in the night, weeping. The story moves between the past and the present, between Cyprus and London, between the fig trees, quiet voice, and the human voices who do not always say what they mean. The fig tree narrates with patience. Trees have time, the book seems to say, in a way humans never do. Trees remember everything. Trees grieve, trees love, and trees know, better than anyone, that what is buried does not disappear. What is buried often becomes the strongest part of us. When Defin dies, the family falls quiet in a new way. Ada feels something she cannot name, a grief that is not only her own, a grief that came from somewhere older, a grief that has been waiting. Slowly, gently, the past begins to surface. Her aunt arrives from Cyprus, carrying memories Defin and Kostas hid for decades. The story of the divided island, the story of the secret love, the story of the fig tree in the tavern. Ada listens, and in the listening, something inside her begins to heal. The book teaches us this, softly. We carried the wounds of the people who came before us. We carry their silences too. But when the silence is finally spoken, when the story is finally told, something ancient inside us begins to soften. The grief becomes part of the soil, and from the soil, something new can grow. The fig tree, in the garden in London, becomes the keeper of the family's memory. It witnesses the silences. It witnesses the breaking. It witnesses the slow return of love, the slow return of truth. It is the most patient character in the book, and perhaps the wisest. There is a moment near the end when, mourning his wife, lies down beside the fig tree. He whispers his grief into its roots, and the tree, in its quiet way, holds him. Because that is what love does, the book tells us. Love does not vanish. It transforms. It moves into trees. It moves into children. It moves into the quiet objects we carry across oceans. The cutting costas carried from Cyprus is not just a plant. It is a piece of his first love. It is a piece of his island. It is a piece of his soul. So what does this book leave us with tonight, before sleep? It leaves us with this, that love survives, even when borders break. That grief is not the end of love, but a different shape of it. That what we bury in silence often grows back, asking finally to be spoken. That trees know things we forget. That we are connected far more deeply than we realize. To the land we come from, to the people we lost, to the stories we have not yet been told. So if there is something inside you tonight that has been waiting to be felt, let it be felt. If there is something waiting to be remembered, let it be remembered. Let the soil of you receive it. Let it transform. Good night, dear listener. May your roots run deep. May your branches reach the sky. May the love that was planted in you a long time ago find new ways to grow. Sleep well.